At long last, Q4 2023 is finally here, and with it comes one of the best months for video game releases since we started Dossier back in April of 2017. There are more double green rated games this month than any month prior. October is going to be awesome, and we're here to help you spend your hard-earned ducats as smartly as possible. The first Detective Pikachu for Nintendo 3DS from 2018 was a surprise hit that coincided with a film that was an even bigger hit. Who could have guessed that a yellow rat investigating crime could be so compelling? Detective Pikachu Returns for Switch is here to drive the point home as Pikachu tries to find his former partner, Harry Goodman, with the help of his son, Tim. In addition to paying off a huge cliffhanger, you'll be using witness interviews, evidence, and logic to solve the cases that will hopefully lead to the ultimate answer. The game is undoubtedly kid-friendly, so saddle up with the little ones and get to case cracking. Once upon a time, Microsoft was pumping out its Forza Motorsport driving sims on a yearly basis, but this proved to be too much, and sales flatlined. A different approach has been taken with Forza Motorsport for Xbox Series. It's now been 6 years since the release of Forza Motorsport 7, which should provide Turn 10 Studios ample latitude to craft something truly unique and memorable. Dynamic AI should keep the competition just stiff enough, an RPG-style career mode will add incentive to finding that perfect line, and the stunning presentation built for Xbox Series consoles should sustain it for many laps to come. It's hard to find many video games more bloated than the last couple entries of Assassin's Creed. While undoubtedly great, few players have the fortitude or the time to finish them anymore. They've also strayed so far into action RPG territory that they're almost unrecognizable for longtime fans. All that changes with Assassin's Creed Mirage. This pared-back take on the franchise returns to its stealth-based action-adventure roots without sacrificing the authenticity of sneaking around and killing people in 9th century Baghdad. Assassinations are back, along with a runtime most players should be able to reach. Now, about that present-day timeline. Don't get confused, Lords of the Fallen is not that action RPG you kind of remember from 2014. It's a new action RPG with the same name that launches this month. But it's also more than that. Taking on the Souls-like template, where bosses take 30 tries to beat, and rank-and-file enemies can send you packing, it's a white-knuckle experience with compelling art to keep you motivated. The premise also remains relatively the same as the first game. The demon god you destroyed is back, and you must trudge through the realm of the living and the dead to destroy him once and for all. Sonic is on a bit of a roll. First, he enjoyed 2 successful feature-length films, and then he surprised the industry with an open-world 3D game that ended up being pretty good. 2D Sonic has never really faltered all these years, and so Sonic Superstars appears to be a surefire bet to satisfy your blast-processed need for speed. Play as Sonic, Miles, Knuckles, or Amy Rose as you try to defeat a trio of evil comprised of Dr. Eggman, Trip the Sungazer, and Fang the Hunter. While the game plays in 2D, the visuals add half a dimension for a 2.5D look. And there's a drop-in, drop-out 4-player campaign option that keeps things chaotic. Spider-Man has been a fortunate superhero in that the vast majority of his video games have been top shelf. Once Insomniac took over the franchise, it soared to even greater heights. Its latest take on the web-slinger features a dual protagonist design where both Peter Parker and Miles Morales are doing double duty cleaning up the creeps of New York. With an expanded open world, brand new traversal and combat options, and a compelling narrative built around the Venom suit, it checks all the boxes for a Marvel. New gadgets like a tightrope web and a grapple mine expand the spectrum of combat possibilities. Hey there, here comes the Spider-Man. If Spider-Man isn't your bag, maybe an elephant is. October 20th is a pachyderm-sized release day as both Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Bros. Wonder launch side by side. The latest 2D Mario game finally drops the new from its title, and ironically, it's one of the freshest feeling entries in a long time. In addition to Mario's new elephant transformation, other new power-ups include a bubble flower, the drill hat, and the wild card, Wonder Flower. Venture across the Flower Kingdom with Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, Toad, Toadette, Nabbit, and Yoshi as your guides. Slap on one of the game's new badges and wonder no more. The Metal Gear Solid franchise has been great since its inception, but some argue that it's lost its creative spark across the years. Enter the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. This compilation includes the first 3 Metal Gear Solid games, plus the 2 games that started it all, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Not much has been done to these excellent games for this compilation, minus their HD resolution, which may enrage some and elate others, but they represent Hideo Kojima at his creative peak. At just $60 for all 5 games, it will make your wallet feel like a big boss. First-person action games where you aren't just shooting guns aren't as common as they should be. They're tricky to get right, which has been proven by the polarizing first entry in the Ghost Runner franchise. Now the sequel, Ghost Runner 2, is here, and if dashing, sliding, and bullet timing around neon-drenched cyberpunk locales sounds appealing, this is your game of the month. The story picks up right where the last game left off, as gangs try to fill the void left by the deceased Keymaster. The one-hit, one-kill gameplay also returns, requiring you to perfect each small section of the game before triggering another player-friendly checkpoint. Toss in a motorcycle that can climb walls, ninja stars, and a new parry system, and you have the recipe for a satisfying but challenging game. The first Alan Wake game was an Xbox exclusive that was a mashup between Luigi's Mansion and Silent Hill. The sequel, Alan Wake 2, is multi-platform, and it ditches the odd flashlight mechanic for a more straightforward survival horror approach. This detective adventure features 2 protagonists, Alan Wake, who must use his writing skills to escape from another dimension, and FBI agent Saga Anderson, who investigates the town of Watery after reports surface of strange happenings. One thing developer Remedy has made clear is that Alan Wake 2 will be much more difficult than the first, so make sure you enter your own mind palace to seek tranquility before signing up. There are at least 5 other games we're comfortable with recommending for this month, easily making it the best month of game releases so far this year. Discover those games and so many more at sifted.net, the world's most advanced gaming website. Or just like and subscribe to make sure you hear our takes on all these games in our flagship show, Game Face. And if you like what we're doing, head to patreon.com/sifted and help us out with a monthly pledge. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month.